I, a 33-year-old woman, and my husband Tom, 35, have been no contact NC with most of his family for 3 years. During this time, I gave birth to twin boys, prompting my mother-in-law, MIL, to attempt reconciliation. The root of our estrangement centers around Tom's ex-girlfriend, whom I'll call Tara. I'm Indian American, and Tom is Caucasian, hailing from a traditional small-town family. Tara was the daughter of MIL's closest friend and was once the town's beloved sweetheart alongside Tom. We met in college, initially connecting as friends. I didn't develop romantic feelings for Tom until our 4th date. Some might label it an emotional affair, but Tom ended things with Tara before anything romantic began between us. Tara remained close to Tom's family, with MIL treating her like the ideal daughter-in-law, despite Tom having a sister Sarah, who is wonderful but career-driven like me, unlike the domestic Tara. Tara attended every family event from the start of our relationship, and though I was polite despite her clear hostility, tensions escalated at our weddings. We had 2 ceremonies, both funded by my parents. The dress code was clear. No white or bridal colors, including red, which holds cultural significance in Indian weddings and carries a crude connotation elsewhere. At the Indian ceremony, Tara wore a cream-colored dress, inappropriate in my culture due to its association with funerals. My relatives noticed, but I brushed it off. However, at the American wedding, Tara arrived in a bold, floor-length red gown with a high slit, resembling a bridesmaid's dress and breaking the dress code. Sarah and Tom confronted her, and after a quiet argument, she changed into a green tea-length dress. My aunt saw this, and Tara became the subject of whispers and giggles from my family. Embarrassed, Tara complained to MIL, who then approached me, demanding I control my family's behavior. I stood my ground, saying Tara knowingly disrespected cultural norms and faced the consequences. Tom and Sarah supported me, and MIL left with Tara before dessert was served. The next day, Tara posted on social media, claiming she was ostracized from her friend's wedding due to my jealousy. I responded publicly, clarifying that her red dress was inappropriate and that she was aware of its implications. I also posted separately, tagging MIL, stating that Tara's disrespect over the years was unacceptable. I asked MIL to exclude Tara from family events like holidays, though I didn't mind their personal outings. Tara deleted her post after the call-out. MIL respected this boundary until 3 years ago, when she invited Tara to a Thanksgiving I hosted. Tara arrived with a pie, commenting that she brought it to ensure MIL had something edible, implying my Indian cuisine was inadequate. I shut the door in her face and told MIL to leave with her. Tom supported me, stating that his parents lost access to him and his family for choosing Tara. My in-laws, except Sarah, left, and we've been NC since. Last week, MIL texted me from an unknown number, having seen a photo of my twins via a mutual friend's post. She promised to keep Tara away and claimed minimal contact with her, though her social media suggested otherwise. I called her out, saying I wasn't convinced, and asked Tom if he missed his family. He shrugged, saying he felt relieved without his mother's overbearing presence, as he was always the baby boy of 3 sons. However, my brothers-in-law, their wives, and my father-in-law have since texted, pleading for another chance, emphasizing Mil's desire to be a grandmother. With no other grandchildren and Sarah also NC, I feel some guilt, but I'm wary of Tara's lingering presence and years of disrespect. Am I wrong for telling Mil she made her choice by prioritizing Tara? Clarification. Tom did not cheat on Tara. Their relationship ended after a few platonic meetups with me, and he asked me out only after confirming their breakup via text. Update, thank you to everyone who supported my initial post. I want to address some confusion, as I wrote the original in an emotional state. Tom and I met in college, became friends, and he ended things with Tara before pursuing me romantically. Their childhood friendship, encouraged by their parents, turned into a teenage romance, but Tom felt a stronger connection with me. He broke up with Tara during a weekend visit home and asked me out a week later. There was no overlap, and I'm sensitive to accusations of infidelity because adultery is a serious issue in my culture, with studies suggesting over half of married Indians have engaged in it. To clarify, Tara wore a cream dress to the Indian wedding and attempted to wear a red gown to the American one. We've remained NC with Emil. After more messages from her, Tom and I sent a joint response, roughly as follows. Dear Mil, you've consistently disregarded our feelings. We understand Tara was your ideal daughter-in-law, but she's not part of our lives. Her presence, and your support of her, has been disrespectful and hurtful. You insisted on her attendance at our weddings, knowing it would strain things with my family, who have embraced Tom. You permitted Tara's snide remarks and excused them as jokes, but never tolerated my responses. Your favoritism drove Sarah away too. Your other sons stay out of obligation, not affection, and now that I'm no longer your target, you criticize their wives. We have evidence of your and Tara's mocking and threatening messages. If you pursue grandparents' rights, we'll involve our lawyer to protect our family. You were content without us before our children were born. Perhaps Tara can fulfill your hopes for grandchildren. Please leave us alone. Sincerely, our family. We blocked their numbers and set our social media to private, instructing relatives to do the same and cut ties with anyone connected to MIL or Tara. Tara saw the post and sent Tom a screenshot via a burner number app. He responded with laughing emojis, confirmed he knew about it, and blocked her. Tom and Sarah have always supported me subtly, like when Tom accidentally spilled water on Tara after she poured soda on my dress at a barbecue. It's been a quiet victory, reminiscent of Camilla at Diana's wedding, with Tara as the persistent ex. I'll update if MIL or Tara resurfaces. Second story, I, a 26-year-old woman, and my boyfriend, 25, attended our close friend's wedding, where they played a key role in uniting us. Approaching our third anniversary, we've discussed marriage extensively, even browsing rings together, making a proposal more a matter of timing than possibility. My boyfriend is kind, communicative, and empathetic, showing me what a healthy relationship looks like. Weeks before the wedding, while hanging out with the engaged couple, my boyfriend jokingly mentioned proposing at their wedding. The groom laughed, but the bride and I firmly said no, assuming he wasn't serious. He was. At the reception, after speeches, as our table awaited food, the DJ played our favorite song, Story of My Life by One Direction, a tune we love belting out together. I smiled at him, but he was scanning the room. Suddenly he stood, clinking a fork on his glass, drawing everyone's attention. I stood, whispered, "Not now," and his face fell. He shouted an apology, claiming it was a joke, and sat down. I quietly said, "Let them have their day. We'll create our own moment." He avoided eye contact, then left for the exit. I tried following but couldn't find him, and my texts and calls went unanswered. After about 90 minutes, he returned, sat silently, and looked miserable, casting a shadow over my night. In the car, he said he didn't want to talk, and the ride was tense. Later, he texted explaining how hard he worked to get the ring, how rejected he felt, and how I embarrassed him. I clarified that I wasn't rejecting him, just the timing, as it was our friend's day. He insisted I ruined his proposal and made him look foolish, leaving me wondering if I mishandled it. Should I have let him propose? Update. After reading nearly every comment on my post, I gained new perspectives. Post-wedding, I felt like the villain, second-guessing my actions and thinking I should have let him propose. Your feedback solidified that I made the right call, even if the night was spoiled, as it preserved my comfort moving forward. I gave us both a day to cool off. Reflecting, I noticed his stonewalling wasn't entirely new. Early in our relationship, he'd withdraw during conflicts, but we established a system where he'd ask for space, and we'd reconnect later. This worked well. However, his silence at the wedding, ignoring me for hours and pulling away physically, felt punitive. A new low. I've experienced verbal abuse and denial of fault in past relationships, but he's never done that. We've always balanced decisions fairly, often using a random choice generator for fun when neither cared strongly. We met at my place the next day. He apologized profusely, admitting he felt foolish. His dad scolded him for his ego spiral, and he sent an apology to our friends, now on their honeymoon in Western Europe, for stealing their spotlight. He admitted the groom's friends encouraged a proposal soon, not necessarily at the wedding. He'd carried the ring for a month, intending a spontaneous gesture, but got swept up in the wedding's atmosphere, imagining us in their place. His impulse overrode our prior agreement. I acknowledged his good intentions, but stressed how his reaction, ignoring me and blaming my rejection, hurt deeply, especially since we'd discussed avoiding such behavior. He agreed, admitting he mishandled his emotions. When he asked, "Where do we go from here?" I said I couldn't return to normal immediately. A day meant for joy, feeling beautiful and celebrating friends, ended with me crying, reading advice to leave him. I suggested therapy for his emotional regulation, possibly linked to a panic disorder, and offered resources through my mom's mental health clinic. I proposed a week-long break with open communication while he seeks help, and I take a short vacation to process. We discussed ideal proposals. I prefer something private. He wants a grand gesture, but is open to compromise, like including close friends or family. I requested no proposal for now, needing time to heal from this. He agreed. Before leaving, he suggested we dance, and we swayed in my living room for 30 minutes, a sweet gesture that reassured me of his willingness to improve. He recognized his pride, not my rejection, caused the issue, thanks to everyone who commented or messaged to check on me. I now have a clearer sense of what's healthy and what I want. I'll stay vigilant about his reactions to adversity and approach our future commitment with care. I wish you all the best, as you've wished for me.